most favorite country I've ever traveled to. Every day is like a party.
If you want to be bored, there's no chance you can be.
Yeah. If it makes their day better, blesses them in some way, then I've done my job.
So I'll have to say I love you in a song.
안녕하세요. So today we have Emma, and we just had breakfast at Cafe Brazil together for her early birthday celebration.
The fruit princess requested ₦მას이보.
That was amazing.
So that's what we got.
How have you been in the past few weeks?
I've been good. It's a new year. Just been working a lot, playing a lot of music, spending a lot of time with family, a lot of time with you and Seula,
Yeah,
which is so fun.
We've been going on walks like
Yes.
pretty much all the time.
Pretty much every day. Me and Seula go on walks all the time. Because Josh lives right next to the beach, so we walk all the time.
How many steps do you, in average, get in a day?
Probably like 15,000. On a good day. One of my favorite things about Korea was how much you walk everywhere. All the Koreans walk. We're huge walkers in this family, and that was my favorite thing about being in Korea is how much we walk all the time. There are so many places I've wanted to go to for years, and Korea was never on that list because until I met you, I feel like the whole world was opened up when I met you. I didn't have any expectations of what to expect before I went to South Korea for your wedding. And then when we were there, genuinely my most favorite country I've ever traveled to. Usually when I travel somewhere, I go and it's fun, but then I want to go somewhere else.
Yeah.
Ever since getting back to the States after Korea, I probably think about it every other day, if not every day.
Wow.
Something about Korea that I love or that I miss. In one of our vlogs, we went to the park at night, and there was all the old people out there doing their little workouts and doing their thing.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah.
It's not a culture over here, right?
Yeah,
it's
no.
completely different.
It's very sedentary.
Yeah.
For the most part.
Plus at night, people just don't get out.
Oh no, no one goes anywhere at night. It just felt so safe there.
Yeah.
We loved that, how safe it felt. Made some of the most hysterical, funny memories. It was bonding. It was bonding.
Remember that one bench machine that everybody was just
Yeah, wait, we cut right now to that clip. Our family's really competitive. All the aunties are very competitive, and everything becomes a competition. When we were in Korea, all of the stairs, I did not expect. You Koreans must be so fit because the stairs, everywhere you turn, there's a flight of stairs that's as tall as a mountain, and all of the aunties would turn it into a race every time. And
it was a scene every time. It was really funny.
It was really funny. I love aesthetic, cute things. I just love Koreans' appreciation for aesthetic and making things beautiful.
Yeah.
There was a huge attention to detail. It's a very hospitable culture. It felt like you're very taken care of wherever you go, especially when we went out to eat. And to the first night, did you ever tell that story?
Yeah.
The guy that recognized you?
That was crazy.
So many good memories.
Yeah.
The food was amazing. I'm a huge coffee person.
Oh yeah.
And I actually work at a coffee shop at the moment by the beach.
He's a barista.
I'm a little barista, and the coffee in South Korea is amazing.
And cheap.
And so cheap.
You guys were getting it every single day.
Oh, every day.
It was crazy.
2 to 3 times a day. Because here, for a latte, it's $8.
What was so shocking about Korean culture, cuisine?
Well, I'm a huge veggie lover. I love fruits and veggies.
Yeah.
So whenever we would go out to Korean barbecue or anything, there was always all the little side dishes, right? And there was this one dish that it was this jelly, a little bit, I didn't know what it was, pieces of clear jelly. So it was a little odd, but I tried it and it was really good. And so I asked, could I have some more? And I probably ate 3 bowls of this.
You did 3 bowls. I remember, because you were the only one eating that.
And I turned to Josh and I was like, what is this? I thought it was an onion. And share with the people what it was.
It was jellyfish. She loved it so much.
I felt a little sick, not gonna lie. I felt a little bit off. That was funny. That was probably the weirdest thing I ate.
While you were traveling Korea, was there anything new about yourself that you got to learn?
That's a really good question. I think it just reminded me how much I love to travel. Just the importance of getting outside of your bubble and gaining an appreciation for other cultures. I don't know if this is just Americans or maybe someone would feel the same if they grew up somewhere else. Your whole universe is just like what's in front of you. I wasn't exposed to like a lot of Asian culture growing up, and honestly until I met you. And so getting to go to Korea, it just kind of reminded me how much beauty and appreciation there is out there for like other cultures. It like gave me the travel bug. Like after going to Korea, it made me want to plan more trips to Korea.
Anything that you like particularly miss?
Ooh, that's also a good question. The presentation of the fruit in Korea when you would go to the markets or go to the grocery stores were just 10 out of 10. The Korean pears were amazing. I spent 8,000 won. Almost every day. Yeah.
You spent a lot of money on that one.
And then on our last day, I walked down the street and they were selling 4,001 for an entire bag, so I was missing out.
Everyone's been commenting that our family like looks not in
What do you want to
way.
say? Whoa.
Not in a offensive way. We can look a little similar sometimes, you know. So tell us a little bit about your family and like
My mom is Hope, one of the aunties.
the second aunt.
The
right
second
there.
aunt who came to Korea. Ruby, one of the babies, is my little sister who also has been on the channel and came to Korea.
Yeah.
And then my brothers are Finn and Cooper.
Yeah.
Cooper has the curly hair like I do, and Finn is the blonde one. And then my dad is Jordan.
Random music moments where he kind of joins in and you start hearing those crazy solos and it's Uncle Jordan.
Uncle Jordan.
And that's her dad.
That's my dad. And then my brother Curran. So there's 5 kids in my family.
Yeah.
3 boys, 2 girls.
Yep. And you're the second of 5, right?
Yep, second of 5, second oldest. I love growing up in a big family. It's like such a gift.
It is.
Is that common in Korea?
Definitely not. Actually, more than 4, I think it's considered rare in Korea. Yeah.
So yeah, grew up in a family of 5 kids, loved it. There's always something happening. I'm sure as you can tell from the vlogs, it's every day is like a party. Something I love about our family is we love to celebrate each other. Any reason to celebrate each other. So maybe if you guys think that there's parties, it's just us celebrating one another.
A lifestyle.
Yeah,
It is a
it's
lifestyle. That's so awesome about it, actually. Something that you really appreciated about their parenting style.
Ooh, love that question. I respect my parents so much. They did a really good job. My parents were very, very present with all of us and definitely made their kids a priority before work came before pretty much anything. But one of them in particular is just how much they supported all of our passions. When there's 5 kids in a family, there's a lot of varying personalities going on and interests going on. Anytime we would become interested in pursuing something like artistic, or for me it was music and photography and theater, and for my other siblings it's like surfing and skating and music, they really took the time to like invest in the things we were interested in and spend time doing them with us. When we'd come home from school, my dad would sit and play music with us and practice instruments with each one of his kids.
Each one of them, yeah.
My older brother playing piano, me playing violin, and all my other siblings playing a ton of other instruments. And then he would take us to the beach and go surfing with us because we love to surf. Our parents really felt like friends, and they still do.
Yeah.
And they've really cultivated that by just like pouring time and investing in the things that we love.
It's not just because it's your duty as parents, but it's
Yeah.
something that they love to do.
Yeah.
Like they consider you guys as like their friends, pretty much. Yeah.
It's like a joy
It's
for
like
them.
yeah.
Totally. It's like they had 5 kids and now they have 5 new friends that they gotta, spend time with. So I love the way that they did that.
I wanted to know like what kind of family one you want to make if you want to make a family.
Honestly, I love my family so much, and if I can just recreate what I've been given, just completely replicate it in every way, I will. And I know that that's such a privilege that not everyone is able to say that. So definitely something I'm most grateful for in my life. Just the gift of family that I've been given and the fact that I actually want to just do that again with my own kids. I would love to pretty much do the exact same thing. I want my kids to be best friends with your kids and Sayla's kids.
Yeah.
And
It'll happen.
teach them all to play music and surf and to love family. And yeah, it's just, you learn so much about life growing up in a big family.
Totally.
Just like conflict resolution and
All the
learning
time,
how to
right?
have relationships. Again, like we said, it's like always a party. We're never bored.
No. Even if you want to be bored, there's
Yeah.
no chance you can be.
Yeah.
That's like the hardest thing.
Yeah. Sometimes you're like, I need to get something done right now. And someone's trying to play electric guitar at like 7 a.m. or you're trying to like do school or work or whatever.
There are definitely challenges within the family.
Yes.
Of course.
Of course. We're
Never
not
easy.
perfect. I think something that my parents did that I hope to do with my own kids is they were always very humble, and I think that's why I feel like we're friends with our parents. Of course, we have respect for them, but truly, my parents were so humble, and they were the first ones to apologize if they ever, made a mistake when they were raising us.
Wow.
Which makes you respect them more,
Right.
as kids, to see like my parents are humans and they'll make mistakes and they're not perfect, but
And they're humble about
and they're
it.
humble about it. I hope to do the same thing with my kids someday, is to be the first one to be like, hey, I'm figuring this out. It's my first time having a kid, and I think that that's pretty rare.
That is huge.
Yeah.
That is very rare in this day and age, for sure.
I always just think that adults are big little kids.
Yeah.
With bigger consequences. And in a lot of ways, like
Right.
you kind of are. Like it's your first time, when you have your first kid, it's your first time being a mom.
Totally.
Your first time being a dad.
Right.
And just having grace for yourself and like communicating that to your kids is huge.
Yeah, wow, that's a really good point. Thank you. She does a lot of theater, and it's a big part of your life. How you started, and like, how is it going right now?
Yeah, from a really young age, I knew that I was really passionate about just storytelling in general. And it all kind of ties in. Photography is a form of storytelling. Theater is acting, music, singing, songwriting. All of that is kind of a form of storytelling and a medium for that. And so I knew that I wanted to pursue it professionally when I was in high school. I just didn't know what it was going to look like.
Yeah.
When I was, like I said, 17, 18, started getting interested in the Broadway world with acting in New York City. I've spent the last few years after graduating high school pursuing theater professionally, performing in New York City, now starting my own photography business.
Yeah.
Doing wedding photography, shooting proposals. I shot Josh's proposal.
Yep.
I write a lot of music. Josh and I are going to the studio today actually, because I drag him into most of my projects, and he is so generous to play on my songs with me.
Of course, anytime.
And he's truly the best pianist I've ever heard, and he is too humble to own it. But anyway, he plays on a lot of my projects. So I record a lot of music today in the studio and release a lot of my work on Spotify, Apple Music, wherever you listen.
Yep.
Perform live around Santa Cruz when I can.
She does a lot of stuff, actually.
A lot of different things. And then right now I work at a coffee shop. And so I'm doing that, which is, so fun. So fun. Recently, there's been a lot of like full circle moments with performing. I've gotten to perform with some people that I've looked up to my whole life in the Broadway industry.
Crazy, yeah.
Recently,
She's
and
gotten
getting to like perform alongside them in New York. It's been such a fun journey, and I'm gonna keep doing music as a mom someday.
You're a great music mom, actually. My next question is that I know that this life, you could have really gotten into a good school pretty easily, but you chose a path like this, and it's something that is like completely self-led, and you need to like make your own plans, do your own schedule, travel on your own, reach out to people for auditions, and I know there has been some challenges. Can you talk about some of those recent ones and how you're dealing with it? And because I know like how remarkable it is that you've been dealing well with it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, that was very sweet of you to say. I definitely thought about going to college because part of me, I loved getting good grades in high school, and I loved the structure and like the safety of being in school. But going back to what I said before about my parents just like supporting our passions and like the gifts that each one of their kids had, it really felt like a conversation with them. I didn't feel like I was pressured into going into school. I knew from a young age that my passion was with storytelling and the arts and wanted to pursue that. and was willing to give up the stability of staying in school to pursue that. I think a lot of people, when they're pursuing a profession in the artist world, have an idea of what they think it needs to look like. And I think so many artists think that once they get to that level, then they're gonna feel that like relief of success, that sigh of like, oh, I made it. Even when you reach the top of what you think success is, the bar is just gonna be moved again.
Right, exactly.
And
it never ends.
It never ends. And if you're not content and thankful, it sounds cheesy and everyone says it, but it really is about the journey. Like, if you can't learn to just be thankful and enjoy the days of working hard, then that's what makes up your life. If you don't love that and aren't like content in that, then just those one days of getting an award or getting recognition or getting to sing on this big stage with this big name person, it's not gonna mean much. Every industry comes with its challenges, and I think a huge one with the arts is dealing with rejection, because who you are is so closely attached to like what you create that when someone doesn't like what you create, it's so hard not to take that personally. And after years and years of doing this, I've like racked up quite a bit of rejection moments in big ways. When I was 16, maybe a freshman in high school, I was cast on American Idol and I performed with my dad, and it went really well. The judges were like Katy Perry, Lionel Richie, Luke Bryan. We had the best time ever, me and my dad. Again, he played guitar with me and we sang, and we got 3 yeses. We got the golden ticket. I got to go to Hollywood. It was so much fun. And then inevitably everyone gets cut at a certain point on that show.
Right.
So I went home, had the greatest experience, and then I sit down to watch the TV show with my family, and I just didn't exist. Like, my character on the show didn't exist. Like, they had just cut my character, and I was okay with that because, you know, it was a great experience with my dad. And again, it is all about the journey, and I grew in a ton of ways and learned a lot and met a ton of cool people. That was a huge moment of when I was 16. I was like, oh, I thought this was gonna work out and it didn't work out. I've had other moments, you know, in the Broadway audition. It is a brutal world. It's super competitive. There's only one role and hundreds of people that want it. And so you have to be pretty resilient and good at taking rejection and good at hearing no's to continue to just like get in line and walk into the room and show up and share your art without fear of people not liking it. I think that's the biggest battle of a lot of performers, is they get beat down. Their art gets limited to being shared because they're scared of what people are gonna think of them. I've just had to really learn and work hard to, whenever I even walk into an audition room, I try to go in with the mindset of, I'm gonna sing this song. If it makes their day better, blesses them in some way, then I've done my job.
Right. That's a great mindset.
Because then it actually helps you perform even better, because you're not in your head. So then you are actually getting what you want too, because you gave your best performance. And then after that, it's in God's hand. He writes all of our stories, and I know that anything that happens in my life, it's because he allowed it to happen, or he thinks it's, you know, for my good. And so I can walk away from any situation like that, just trusting in his plan for my life. My whole story has had a lot of really awesome moments of getting to sing with people that I love and getting yeses and open doors, but there's also been a lot of no's. And so you just have to learn to
endure.
Yeah. And just keep going.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, we're all just supposed to use our gifts to like bless other people.
Totally, yeah. And you are doing it well.
And so
you've been doing it well. Yeah, you've been living your life quite well, actually.
Thank you, Josh. I would love to come back to Korea, and I want to come with Josh, and we want to play a concert.
We totally should.
So if you guys think we should come to Korea and play a concert, let us know below, because that would be a joy. And I will learn some Korean songs.
Yeah, let's do it.
Oh, that's what we should ask.
Oh yeah.
Comment down below what songs I should learn. Korean ballads, I would love to learn them.
Yeah, she's a really good ballad singer, so please comment on below. And yeah, today I think we should actually do at least like a little bit of jam session before you go.
Let's do it.
Right now, let's just do something.
Let's do some music.
Yeah. Oh shoot, sorry about that.
We're both perfectionists.
Well, I know it's kind of late, I just run out of things to say. I know you'd understand. Every time I try to tell you, the words just came out wrong. So I'll have to say I love you in a song. Take it away, Josh. Every time I try to tell you, the words just came out wrong. So I'll have to say I love you in a song. Nice.
That was nice. That was actually a really good take.
Yeah, that was good.
This is so fun.
Yeah,
I never get interviewed. Thanks for taking the time, Josh.
that's great.
I